Everybody, thanks for showing up today. My name is Sean Plummer. I work for the State Fire Marshal's Office. Today I brought along my canine companion, Pal. Pal is a 3-year-old yellow lab, and his primary responsibility is to sniff accelerants for me. So, unlike other police dogs that you've seen, like Gunny, for instance, he doesn't chase bad guys down. His job is to go into fire scenes and find out if somebody has put down some accelerants to start a fire. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration for you in a few minutes using these cans. And inside of these cans I put down some fire debris. One of them has 1 drop of gasoline in it, which is really a very small, minute piece of liquid. And his primary alert is to sit. Some dogs scratch, some dogs bark, some dogs lay down. When he sniffs and he smells gasoline, he sits for me. He's a food reward dog, so that means when he sits and he finds gas, I feed him. And you'll see that I do that. And that's how the training works for him. So he is from North Carolina. He was a seeing eye dog for the blind. He didn't do so well because he likes to eat so much he would jump up on the table and eat all the people's food. So the career changed him to being a fire dog, which is working out very well because he likes to eat. He's a police dog. Like I said, he's just turned 3 years old, and he does live with me at home. I take him to work with me every day, and we do demos as well. He has an innate ability to, like I said, to smell out accelerants. And as you can imagine, when you go to a fire scene, if you've ever been near one or anything like that, the amount of different odors that are there. You've got burning plastic that's melted, the burning electrical smell, burning wood smell. Everything has a different smell, so he has to have the ability to smell through all these different things, and it's called scent discrimination. He discriminates against all of those scents, and he finds the accelerant for me. Fortunately, he's a very expensive dog, somewhere in the order of $25,000. Fortunately, it's not on the backs of any taxpayers. State Farm Insurance was kind enough to provide the dog for me and my training, so it costs nothing. State Farm is the only insurance company in the country that provides such a dog program. We're certified through the Maine State Police. Our training is 200 hours long, and every year we have to recertify as a team, and it's a 3-day process. So it's not as easy as taking a quick test, have him sniff a couple of cans, and out the door. We have to actually go through a bunch of testing. He's a pretty mellow dog, and we've been very, very lucky. He's done a lot of work for me already, and he's already been able to procure a lot of evidence for me that I've taken to the lab. In fact, you might have seen just recently, as of this week, a lady was sentenced to prison where I used him to sniff out accelerants at the house that she burned. So he does very well, and you'll see that he makes no mistake about it. He gets right on the accelerant, he sits, and he knows what he wants. So he's very good at that. I also brought some trading cards along with me for the little guys and girls. So after the demonstration, if you'd like to have a trading card, come on up and see me, and I'll give you one, okay, for everybody. And I'll also have them up there, so if you want to pat him, you can certainly come on up and pat him as well, okay? Does anybody have any questions for me about what an accelerant canine does? Yes, sir.
Yes. High five. Every fire marshal have one?
The question is, does every fire marshal have one? No. In the state of New Hampshire, there are 3 arson dogs. Mine, another one for the State Fire Marshal's Office way up north. She's actually doing a demo in Northfield today. And there's one in Manchester. Those are the only 3 dogs that are in the state of New Hampshire. So in our office, we only have 2. Any other questions? I'm actually dog sitting for the guy in Manchester, so his dog is sitting in the back of the truck right now. So, all right, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, inside of these cans is fire debris. One of the cans has a drop of gas in it. So what I'll do is I'll walk him by, and you'll see him sniff the cans. When he finds the one that has gas in it, They'll sit, I'll feed them, and then we'll move on. On a side note, it's not just gasoline that he can smell. There's a little bit of gasoline in lighter fluid and in diesel fuel, if you picture the spectrum. Okay, 50% is the middle. If you had a scale from 0 to 100, gasoline is at 50. Lighter fluid, which is very light, like acetone, is at the lower end. And on the higher end is heavy stuff like diesel, home heating oil, kerosene. And he can, so if somebody uses kerosene or lighter fluid, he'll still pick up on that. It doesn't necessarily have to be gasoline. So, but I'm going to use gasoline as a training aid today. Okay.
You gotta stay still.
The dog goes down and it gets work. You can do it and get it. Even at home, he has to train. The officer works with him. Because he trained.
We got
He gets out the accelerator. Good job. He found what he was looking for.
Can I get a volunteer? You want to be my volunteer? Can you just swap that can around?
Just put it somewhere else, Betty.
Put it somewhere else. Switch it with that.
Pick one of the other ones.
Make sure he's not looking, that's right. And everyone should turn around.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, see what they did. They switched it. This one finds
Come on, give me a hand.
That's pretty cool, huh? Super.
All right, so without making this really impossible, not only can he do that, he can do this stuff, but he's good at tracking. But he's not, you know, if your little one runs away in the woods, he's not going to be able to track him unless he's got gas on his feet. So that's the difference between my dog and a German Shepherd dog like the police have. They train differently, and you're going to notice probably with the German Shepherd type, they have a play reward. So after he bites, they throw a ball or something like that. We don't do that. We do food rewards. So every time he finds gas free, he gets food. He can also do crowds, and this is a perfect example. If I were to take one drop of gas and put it on somebody's foot, I could walk him through and he would find the gas on somebody's shoe. And that's important because some people that like to burn buildings do it for excitement. So they'll burn and then they'll go stand across the street and watch. And so I'll take the dog and walk him through a crowd. That'll be a good enough indicator for me that somebody's got gas on their feet. And we could start an investigation, at least talking to that person. So that's really important key aspect. And on a final note, another reason why we have the dog, he's really a very good cost savings to the state of New Hampshire. You may not think so, but if I had to go to a house that burned down, it would take me hours, probably somewhere around 10 hours to dig through a scene and try and find where a fire started and how it started. Especially if somebody used an accelerant. I can go in 5 minutes and he can tell me where the gas is. So instead of you paying me 10 hours of overtime, you're paying me an hour. But in addition to that, it's really expensive to send pieces of evidence to the state lab, believe it or not. So if I took evidence from the scene and sent it to the state lab for analysis, they would have a whole bunch of stuff to go through. Here, when he can point stuff and say, listen, the gas is right here, I can take 1 or 2 samples and send that to the state, huge cost savings. So that's another reason why it's a valuable tool to our agency. So, does anybody have any other questions? I think we're going to do another demo around 1 o'clock today. If you're around, that'd be great. And like I said, you're more than welcome to come up and pat them. And I've got some baseball cards. Thank you.